Okay, question 1 on page 42. And again, this is one of our dihybrid probability questions. So we've talked in that last one of our last videos there about best practices when you encounter these type of questions. So we'll review that again here in this section. We're going to take some information from our node packages and what we know about free ears. Okay, so they're not attached, is a dominant trait to attached ears. So I'm just taking this from our notes. Normally in the question, it's going to contain all this information for you to be able to grab it there, but we've seen this in our notes already. So we're just going to transfer that information over. Widow's peak is dominant to a straight hairline. Again, make your little W's very different. Okay, so that's our legend. We just got that from our note packages here, and we're going to need that for the next few questions. It says, what is the probability? Okay, so probability question of having a girl. Best practice is right in your question. Put the fraction of having a girl. So if you're having a girl, it's a 1/2 chance of having a girl right there. So put that in there so you don't forget to include that into your product rule calculation at the end. With straight hair and attached earlobes. So that's the probability from these two parents coming up here. So a parent that is homozygous recessive for both traits, so meaning the ear and the hairline, that's one of the parents. Let's put their genotype there. So if they're homozygous for both traits, we can say little e, and little w. Okay, so that's homozygous recessive for both traits. With a parent that is heterozygous for both traits. So hetero for both traits, capital E, capital W, little w. Okay, give the probability in a fraction, decimal, and a percentage. They want all three, and on your test, they could be any of them. They could ask for any of those formats for your answer. So again, this is a dihybrid because we're talking about hairline and ears. And when it is a probability question, we want to isolate those guys into two monohybrid Punnett squares. So we're going to isolate them. We're going to say ear, hair, here, and we're going to make two little quick monos. And you're going to see that this is much faster than trying to do it as a dihybrid. Okay, so the hairline. So you take one of the parents, put them across the top. Let's say this one here. Take the other parent, put them down the side, capital E, little e, and then bring them together. And you can see right here that we're going to get a 1/2, 1/2. Keep it in a fraction, this stuff. So 1/2 of these guys are going to be free earlobes. 1/2 are going to be attached earlobes. Okay, do that for the other parent now. So take that one. We're going to isolate their genotypes for the hair trait. And we can see we're going to get the same 1/2, 1/2. You can see why you want your little w's to look very different, right? Otherwise you start getting them confused. So 1/2 of these are going to be widow, and 1/2 are going to have a straight hairline. Now the product rule, bring them all together. So this is what we have to remember, this girl. A lot of people forget that. 1/2 chance of having a girl. And that being with straight hair, look at, we've already worked it out, 1/2. And that possibility of them having attached earlobes, again, take a look, we've already worked it out, 1/2. So we're going to bring the product rule, multiply these all together. 1 times 1 times 1, of course, is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 1/8 chance is a fraction. If we want this in a decimal, just divide that out. That's what this line means, is divide. 1 divided by 8 equals 0.125. Now be careful. This question didn't say 2 decimal places, but if it did say 2 decimal places, you're going to take a look at this third number and maybe bump this up. So 0.13 would be your answer in a decimal if it said 2 decimal places. And then to put that into a percentage, and we are going to assume that they mean whole percentage. If not, you'd say, well, okay, 12.5%. If they wanted that a whole percent, though, then it'd be 13%, right? You just round that to the whole number. Okay, any questions, give me an email. Thanks, guys.